Yeah, like,
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Uh, I'm back. Uh, I'm assuming that you have missed me as much as I have missed listening to you or talking to you uh, through voice. Uh, but it's been 24 hours. We had a fantastic 1 day, 24 hours working as teams on Discord remotely, working from home. So I just wanted to congratulate you all for surviving these last 24 hours. So give yourself and your team members a big, big round of applause virtually. uh, you know, we had our own share of challenges in the last 24 hours while making all of this, uh, while making sure we all survive it. Uh, we have experienced challenges with technology, with Discord, but we have our own challenges of pairing mentors and with almost 105 teams and 60 mentors. So it's a really, really massive numbers and scale we have been working on. And we also had a challenge of managing and getting some of you on time to respond on Discord so that you can join your mentor sessions on time. So thank you for everything. We have been through this together, and we are almost at the end of this Saturday. And I wanted to quickly give you a heads up of what has happened and what's coming next to you. So with that, let's start. Uh, I hope you had a chance to listen to the workshop we have provided you on building your lean canvas. And if you have not seen it, please make sure you watch this video. It's a great workshop available on the toolkit we have. Then second is understanding your customers. All of this has helped you in identifying who your right customers are, who our potential customers are, how do you find them, what are they looking for before you start building your product. So make sure if you have not seen it, see it, and you'll find it very relevant. We have also shared a lot of resources provided by our partners and the perks for this weekend. So make sure you use it, including Google for Cloud credits, DigitalOcean credits, .co credits, and many more resources that has been given to you. Then another workshop that we have provided was around category design when you are working on building your prototypes and how it can help you understand the design elements when you're working on your products. And then the final workshop, which right now you see Arun on the screen. Arun will do a workshop after I finish talking and rambling with you. He will come and he will help you master your pitch for tomorrow so that you can stand out when you pitch it to the judges, when you pitch it to your peers. And I hope you will learn and make the best of this presentation. So thanks, Arun, for leading that. Now, let me do a couple of instructions to you. This afternoon, you have seen the entire evening. We focused on pairing all of you with at least 3 to 5 mentors per team. And the team has extensively worked hard in mentors. So I really want to be thankful to all the mentors who have come together and gave their time to all of you. Sometimes they had to wait too. And you have also made them wait. And sometimes they had also made you wait. So yeah, we are still figuring out who made each other wait. But very, very grateful for everyone's time and support. So thank you so much, mentors, and thank you, teams, for making best use of this. I hope you have really found the mentorship very, very valuable because all these mentors are giving their time for free and without expecting anything so that they can help you do your part, and they are doing their part by giving first. Now we are almost at 8 o'clock. I'm just doing this review for the day and tomorrow, and then 8:15 in next couple of minutes, you will hear from Arun when he does this pitch presentation workshop. Let me quickly give you a rundown of the judging criteria that you need to focus on for tomorrow's presentation. When you start your pitch, when you make your final presentation, this is what judges are going to judge you for. Judge your startup and the project you're working on by evaluating this. The first thing, problem and impact. So let us know ledger is clearly, what the solution you are building, is it actually relevant? Is it in context to the COVID crisis we are talking about? What is your value proposition to your potential customers? And did your team really go out and spoke to potential customers? Don't go on the road when I say go out. Basically, you go and call them, you find your potential customers, you talk to them, you get on them on a Zoom call and interview them. But please don't go on the streets. Just talk to your customers. That's the whole point. Second is design and execution. So tomorrow is the day when you don't tell us this is what we want to do. Tomorrow you show us how are you going to do it. Show your minimum viable product. What have you built? We want to touch and feel it. How does it look? So show your MVP tomorrow. And the originality of the idea, originality of the solution you are building as part of your project, and how that can be applied in new and innovative ways. That also has a weightage in the judging criteria. Then the feasibility of the project, its sustainability, is it legal, its technology that has been used, any scientific aspect related to it, is it really feasible to do it, or is it something really out of Mars you're talking about? So stay relevant and talk sense. Then business model. It's also important to make sure we have a business model with it. You're not building a non-profit company here. We're talking about a business, so we would like you to have a business model with it. And so we are not asking you to come up with your 5-year, 10-year financial projections, but what we really need from you is that, do you understand the business you're doing and how will it make money? What core problem your business is solving? How do you plan to get into the market? What is your market entry strategy looks like to reach to your customers? Talk to us about that. And that's it. So these are the 5 things. Remember, problem and impact. Second, execution and design. Third, the originality. Fourth, the feasibility. And fifth, the business model. 5 things. That's it. And you will rock it. Now, a couple of instructions before I hand it over to awesome Arun. First is, and these are like strict timelines. Your 9 to 11 a.m. will be mentoring sessions, and you will have check-in in between 9 to 10 a.m. in morning with your facilitators. We're gonna come and ask you on your Discord channels, what stage have you reached? Have you completed your customer validation? Have you built your presentation? What stage is your prototype reached right now? How much have you built? You need to finish all of this work by tonight, so that in the morning you can actually make best use of the mentoring from 9 to 11 by get on some calls with the mentors, show them what have you done. If any final feedback, you have to listen from them, you have to hear from them. You can get that feedback and start finalizing your presentation, okay? So finalize your business models, validate with your customers, finish your preparing your presentations, and final piece of advice from mentors. Clear? I hope it is clear. Any questions you have, drop us in the chat. Drop the questions in the chat. Next at 12 o'clock. And these deadlines, I'm emphasizing, these are very, very hard deadlines. Tomorrow, there won't be any compromise on it. So I would request all of you to wake up on time and come alive in Discord. We don't want to keep calling you. We would request all of you humbly and patiently, let's be respectful to everyone and show up on Discord, and make sure you call your team members to come on Discord. Clear? So 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, you will be submitting your pitch decks. All your pitch deck submission has to happen before 12:59 p.m. Is it clear? 12:59 p.m. Sunday. Submit your presentations in Google Slides, not in PowerPoint, in Google Slides, not in any other tool. Don't use Prezi. Keep it simple. Use Google Slides, share the presentation URL, and submit your maximum of 2 minutes video pitch. What you have to do? First thing, make the Google Slide presentation. Second thing, submit your 2-minute pitch video that you are pitching, in which you are showcasing your MVP also if you have to. Everything has to be 2 minutes. Clear? We will share a form tonight with you, and you will upload those 2 links in it. First, link of your slide with access to everyone, open access. And second, the link to your video. Clear? Both open access, submit it, as URL into the form, Google form we will share with you. I hope it's clear to everyone. I'm trying to speak slowly so that you all can catch up. And make sure, as I told you, it's accessible by everyone. Otherwise, if you don't do all these three things I told you, your team will be unfortunately disqualified. And we won't be able to help because we have to be really fair with all the other teams who will submit it. So I would humbly request all of you to do it. Clear? Now, during this period, once you submit it at 1 o'clock, our first round of jury will be evaluating your startup, evaluating your work, and we will identify top 10 startups. The judges will help us identify top 10 startups who will be pitching at the finals, at the YouTube live. That will happen in the evening at 5 o'clock. So 4:30 p.m. Remember, 4:30 p.m. we will announce the jury announcement of round 1 of the top 10 teams that will be selected from all the teams that are working right now on Discord at this Startup Weekend COVID-19 India edition. Clear? Is it clear? Okay. So now top 10 ideas will be selected and invited to pitch on YouTube Live. Remember, by only one team member. Only one team member will come up on the screen like we are on the screen right now. We'll share his screen and presentation. We will walk you through that. So we need some time to help you train and prepare for this. So 4:30 we will announce it, and 5 o'clock we will start with the final pitches on YouTube Live. Clear? We hope to wrap up the entire thing by 6:30, and the final presentation you will get 5 minutes of time to pitch. There will not be any Q&A. Clear? There will not be any Q&A. You can write things in the comments, but there won't be any Q&A then. Then pitches will end around 6:30, and 7 o'clock we'll try to wrap up the entire event. As you know, all the amazing things at once comes to end. But before that, I know you're waiting. When will I tell you about the judges announcement? So we will announce the judges. We'll announce the winners, top 3 winners. Judges will come and they will announce it around 6:30. Once all the pitches are done, we'll take some time and we will announce it. So that's it. And the event we hopefully will wrap up by 7 o'clock. So that's it from my side. Let me see if there are any questions. Can you please share what is needed for business model? Thank you, Neil, for asking. In business model, we are not expecting you to come up with long 5-year, 10-year projections. What we need is a basic understanding of your unit economics. How do you plan to make it? How do you plan to make money? How do you plan to make it successful, right? And what is your market entry strategy really looks like? So if you have actually worked on your basic lean canvas, you have identified some of these elements. Who are your potential customers? Who will gonna pay for it? How much are they gonna pay for it? Basic cost structures. That's it. Is it clear? What is the final deadline of submission of pitch? 12:15 p.m. tomorrow? No, it's 12:59, before 1 p.m. If you can do it by 12:15, fantastic. I will give you a candy. What else? Bring it on. If you have more questions, can we do market survey through Google form or monkey survey form? If I will be honest, I will tell you I hate it. Because I don't think so. Google form and survey monkey are the best way to do the surveys. They are to validate. They are to verify, not to really validate. Validation happens on call by talking to customers one-to-one. You can't go out and meet them right now, but I would suggest do a hangout call with them, Zoom call with them, WhatsApp call with them. Talk to them, ask them questions, get the insights from them, right? Everyone is sitting at home, so you can actually do that easily. But Google form and survey, any monkey survey forms, the survey monkey forms, they are for verification, not really validation. More questions. I will take two more questions for another theme. Abhishek Jha, is it required to be business model to be profitable? Can't we submit a social help to support government? Thanks, Abhishek. I would suggest identify a business model that may work. It's okay. It's your choice at the end of the day to keep it a non-profit model. That's your choice. But the judging criteria we have is focusing on having a revenue model associated with. We are not saying that will be the best revenue model. That may change in future. But at least for tomorrow, whatever you think could be your potential sources of revenue, talk about it. It doesn't have to necessarily make your business like break even or profitable just overnight. But at least talk about it, whatever your limited source of revenue so far you see. Anything else? Any other questions? Who are the judges for Startup Weekend? That's a surprise, Karan. You will learn about them, all the sharks tomorrow. The sharks doesn't come out like this. They will come out when the fish is there. So once they will see all these teams who are there, 10 teams, you will learn about them. Can you tell the same about the marketing part? This is all part of the business model. Tell us, how will you reach your customers? Then you talk about marketing. How will you do what is your market entry strategy looks like? How will you do the marketing of your product, right? So that it can reach your customers. So basic, we are not looking for like a full-fledged, fully proof plan. What we're looking for is, tell us, how do you plan to make your business successful? What do you have in mind at this stage during the Startup Weekend? How do you want to see it like in next 3 months, 6 months, 1 month, in a year from now? If it has to be successful to help us solve the COVID situation. Remember, beyond business model, it's another important thing is feasibility, right? We have highlighted the impact, we have highlighted. So there are other 2 more criterias in it. So there are total 5 criterias. It has to really, your story, your narrative has to talk about all these elements. And I'm sure Arun will cover some of these things in his pitch presentation. So if you don't have any more questions, what I will do is, I will, without any further ado, I will let Arun take over and do the pitch presentation. And okay, one more question. The .co domain is not working. After we complete the process, talk to tech team, post it on the help channel, Discord channel, and email it to .co team, pop.co team. We'll share the email IDs. Actually, their email ID, support email IDs in your emails already in the morning that we have sent it to you. So please send it to them. Clear? So with that, please welcome Arun Phillips, our co-facilitator, and give him a big round of applause. Thank you, Arun.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anu. That was amazing. You covered everything we needed to know. So, workshop about pitching. I know this is a tough time for everybody. We have put in so much effort today. You guys went through some intense mentoring processes. So, what happens now? Tomorrow, you need to show the world, not just these 1,000 participants on Discord. You need to tell these amazing sharks, what did I do this weekend? What did I build? And the biggest and your most powerful weapon to let you do that is your pitch. So this is why a pitch is so important, right? It's the story of months and months of hard work. You might have put in so much effort into building this product, this amazing startup. But finally, it comes down to those 5 minutes when you sit, you share your idea with the whole world, right? And this is why it's so important you practice this, you get it right. What is the best structure for a talk? No one really knows how you can structure your talk, right? People are different. We receive different things differently. Sometimes might like something, some people might not like something. But this is just our best way for a way you should structure your talk. In 5 minutes of pitch, what are the most important things that should be going out there? Number one, the most important thing, start by making your audience care, right? The audience is listening to tons of people every day. Why should they care about what you're saying? What makes you special? What makes you intriguing, right? So, the number one thing you should do is answer this need for people to be relatable. Talk to them about your stories in school. Talk to them about you are suffering in this COVID-19 situation. All of us are stuck at home. We want to get out. We want to see the beautiful nature. But this is how you relate. You make your audience relate to that problem. You make your audience care about your pitch before even starting out. The number one thing you should do. Number two, explain your idea clearly and with conviction. You might have the best idea in the world, right? You might be building the next Facebook. But if you don't believe in that idea, if you don't explain it clearly and with conviction, the judges, the sharks, the audience, nobody is going to believe you. They're going to be like, hey, we don't think that's such a good idea. It's all about believing in what you have made, right? You've put in a lot of effort this weekend. So just walk that last stretch, practice a lot. And once you get up there on this video, you're not getting up on a stage, right? But you are preparing, you are going out to a whole number of people around the world. Explain your idea clearly, believe in what you're explaining. Number three, evidence, right? It's very important to back up what you're saying. You might say a beautiful, amazing story, but this is where evidence comes in. You show them the validation that you've done. You show them the customers that you've spoken to. Show these people that are listening why and how your idea could be implemented. And it's not just a dream. We are fighting to solve this situation of COVID-19. People are coming up with tons of ideas, tons of solutions. But what makes a solution real, valid? It's evidence, right? So come with a brilliant idea, but show them proof that, yeah, your idea can work and it will solve some major problems. And number four, end by addressing how this idea is going to look, right? So your audience, now they've believed your story. They have started out with, yeah, they know your idea, they know your story, they know your solution. But how do they care? What happens to them? If your idea becomes real, how does it affect their life, right? Imagine Swiggy. Imagine Swiggy coming up and pitching, right? If they told you that, hey, if our product becomes real, if our startup becomes massive, in 5 years, you will not leave your house for food. You will not go out to restaurants. The audience is seriously listening now. They are being affected by this, right? So if your idea is to stop COVID-19 and you come up here, you tell the world that, hey, in 6 months, if my idea is real, you will be able to get out. You will be able to meet your friends, have fun with them, sing, enjoy nature. People are going to love your idea. They will invest in your idea. They will share your idea all across the world, right? So make your audience believe in this vision that you have. The most important goal of your talk, of your pitch, is to communicate an idea effectively, right? So these are four very important words. You have an idea, it's there in your head, it's super clear in your head. But how does this be communicated to the whole world, right? How do they know what's in your head? That is all a pitch is doing. If you need to remember four words, it's just this. What is a pitch? It's where you communicate an idea effectively. Keep this one thing in focus always. Come up here to make the world know what the idea is in your head, right? So let's see some interesting ways you can go about this pitch, right? How do you start this pitch? The number one thing you can do is feel the pain, right? When you start out, bring up this problem that we are facing. We all feel the pain of COVID-19. Twist the knife, make us realize why this is such a big problem. How many people around the world are suffering? How this has affected our economies, our lives? How many people have died because of this? Feel that pain, really believe in that problem that you are solving. Number two, be nice to people, right? You have to be nice to people, and people remember that. They were like, hey, that pitch was nice. It made me feel good about myself. He was a good guy, right? I think he's a likable guy. People tend to remember likable guys. So be nice, be honest, when you're pitching, when you're presenting. The third part, right? Be honest. No one loves a liar, right? We want the truth. So you can have the best idea, but you might not. It's just 3 days. You did so much work, but there might be some flaws, there might be some mistakes. Be honest with yourself. Tell them, yeah, this is where we are. This is what we want to do. Be honest about your pitch, about what your idea is doing, and the audience will love you. Stand out, right? There are going to be 100. We had 250 ideas submitted. We had approximately 100 ideas shortlisted. So how do you stand out amongst all these people? How do you get into that top 10? If you are not excited about your own idea, your own product, the judges are probably not going to be excited, right? They are seeing hundreds of ideas. So if you are somehow able to stand out amongst these 100 ideas, that is the edge that's going to get you into that top 10, right? Bullets. Take away the judges' bullets. This is more applicable to the ones in the final presentations on YouTube Live, but also when you're submitting your initial presentations. These judges are, like Anu said earlier, they are sharks, right? They are always looking for what is wrong. What can go wrong? Where is your business model wrong? What is your customer validation? They are looking for that bullet. They want to shoot your idea down. But what can you do to fix this, right? It's super simple, very simple. They have the ammo, just empty the ammo from their guns, right? Whatever problems they might point about, think about it. Think about what are the ideas they might show up and take away that ammo, right? Don't give them any excuses. Think about the problems, the competitors, who might be our competition. Address all of that in your pitch. Leave the judge no ammo left, right? And finally, the future. This is what I spoke about earlier too, right? We might have a brilliant idea, but if you do not show people the impact of that idea, they don't care. They don't want to invest in your idea. They don't believe in it. Show them what the future looks like if your idea is implemented. Tell them, if my startup becomes real, if I am funded today, if I get my funding, if I'm a winner, imagine the future where there is no COVID-19. Imagine a future where we never even have to face diseases like COVID-19. I, for one, will get super excited about that future. Right? So think about that future, explain that future. What are some things you should include in your pitch deck? Right? Main pitch deck, you can include these following things. You can start with just a strong opening sentence, right? So come on stage, be confident. You're not coming on stage. I keep forgetting that, but a video is equally powerful, right? So when you're starting, the lucky thing here is that it's not just one try, right? If you fail hundreds of times, it's okay. It's totally fine. You can just hit delete, start again. So make sure that opening sentence is strong. It grabs people's attention. Come out with, hey, this is my name. I'm from this company, right? My name is COVID-19 Tracker. And we are unique because we are the only tracker in the world that gives you location data from all kinds of location sources. So you have to quickly get to the point, right? No one wants to come here. You might have to share a story, get their attention, but everyone is here to hear about your pitch, your solution to the idea. The problem that we're solving is talk about the problem. It's very important that you talk about this problem. Yeah, the problem we're solving is the lack of access to information about COVID-19. What is your solution to that? How are you solving this problem? Why is this a big opportunity, right? It's not enough that you have a nice problem, you have a solution to it. We all face problems in our lives daily, but we don't have a startup for every problem we face in our lives, right? So you have to talk about why this is a big opportunity. Why do people get excited about this? Why would investors invest in you? Who is your target market? What are the people you are looking at? How are you going to acquire customers? Who is going to pay for this product? How do you become a sustainable business? And how are you going to make money, right? It's important as a business to survive. If you want to create an impact, it's good. It's valid that you want to create an impact, but you say, hey, we are not going to make any money. How will that business survive if it doesn't make money, right? So you don't make money, you don't make impact. Think about how you can make money. They are looking for that in your business model. Who your key competition is, why you're better than them, and finally, who your team is, right? Your team is one of the most important things about your startup. So make sure you mention who your team is, the strengths and weaknesses of your team, the diversity of your team. If you have men, women, engineers, lawyers, what makes your team special? Do spend some time talking about your team. Show them what you have done. Show them a prototype, an MVP that you have built, and what your future plan is. What are you going to build next? You can also add this call to action, right? What is that future going to look? What do you want the listener to do? They heard your pitch, fine, all good. What do you want them to do after listening to this pitch? Let's talk about some amazing resources you can use for building decks. Remember, we have so many beautiful tools out there, right? You do not have to use Microsoft PowerPoint. Please do not use Microsoft PowerPoint and build a 1990s looking presentation. If you want to build a demonstration, if you have a software or an app that you want to show, you can use these amazing tools: Marble, InVision, Proto. All of these help you build interesting apps. They help you build prototypes of websites without having knowledge for coding, development, nothing. So you can use this to build your demonstrations, and you could include this into your Google Slides. So don't forget that, yeah, this is going to be a Google slide, but you can use this to make a video, a prototype to insert into your Google slide. Have vectors in your project, right? In your pitch, these are what's called vectors. If you see that call symbol there, the mail symbol there, if you're talking about a person, or if you're talking about a phone number, you're talking about a map, have these things called vectors. All these projects, flat icon, noun project, all of these will help you get free vectors which you can use in your presentation. This makes it much more professional, much more good looking, right? Stock images. Please, this is my earnest request to you. Do not download Google Images. Do not search for Google Images and things with, credit, captions written, low resolution images. There are so many amazing websites out there like Unsplash, Pixels, where you can get high quality stock images to use in your presentation, right? So if you want to use stock images, please go to these websites. Do not use low resolution pictures from Google Images. Some quick tips on how do you present to these judges. Now, some of these tips might not apply since this is online, but this, if you remember just one thing from this whole workshop, forget everything else I said. If you need to see just one slide, it's this: practice makes perfect. If you can start making your presentation right now, the more you practice a presentation, the better it's going to get. I have a friend who gave a brilliant, beautiful presentation to a big crowd of investors. He couldn't even speak to public, right? He told me how many times he practiced it. He practiced it 50 times every day. So he practiced his pitch 50 times every day to master his presentation. So keep in mind that practice is what's going to make your pitch perfect. Don't repeat what's on your slides, right? You might have very busy slides, a lot of text written, and this is basically just every engineering college in India. This was my whole life, right? I had a professor who'd come up, and there'd be a big slide of this, and he just turn his back towards us and start reading what's on that slide for 50 minutes. Guys, people are here to listen to what you're saying, right? They do not want you to read out a document for them. So please do not be like my professors. Please don't repeat what's written on your slide. Don't overload your slides, right? So you can just take a look at these slides, right? There's not a lot of message, information, texts. It's very simple. It's very just few words. There are few images. It gets the point across, right? Remember, you want to communicate that idea. No busy slides. Keep it simple. Make eye contact. How do you make eye contact over a video, right? This is difficult. You do not know where your audience is sitting, but still try to be looking at the screen. Look at your camera. Don't be reading from a phone when you're pitching. Imagine how distracting it's going to be if I'm sitting here with my phone and saying, hey, this is how pitching works, this is not going to work, right? So you need to be at least imagining that there's not just one judge, but there's millions of people, maybe all over the world, sitting there and looking at you pitching, right? So make eye contact with those people, look at your webcam. That is the eye for your remote presentation. Keep it short and sweet, right? You have just 5 minutes, so you cannot exceed time over here. You will be cut off on the YouTube live, right? So practice your timing a lot. Make sure you don't exceed your time limit. Make sure you stay within that time limit. Keep it short, keep it sweet. And please, please, please do not leave it to the last minute. This is our request to all of you. Start working on these presentations, start working on these ideas, and start practicing by tonight itself, right? So you can have your team members working parallelly on other things, but have one person start working on this presentation. And possibly do not start your pitch by asking a question. You're not going to get a reply anyway on a video, this thing. So it's not going to work very well, a question at the beginning. So try not to add this. If you have any questions right now for me, you can definitely keep sending it in the live comments. We'll take a look if you have any questions about pitching or presentation. But do not add a question when you start your pitch, and try telling them a story. They do not want to know stats. They want to know numbers. Yeah, they want to know a bit of numbers, but they are listening to hundreds of pitches every single day, these judges, these VCs. They want to hear what is the story you want to tell, right? So people tend to remember stories more. Do you remember that old lecture that you got in school or in college? Or you remember that baby story that you heard when you were a baby, right? You remember stories more than lectures. Try to tell a convincing story that people remember and create an impact. You want people to remember you. You want them to remember your idea. So once you're done with this weekend, if it's one thing you take away, this is your opportunity. There might be people watching all over the world, right? So this is your chance to reach out to them, show them these amazing solutions you've built, show them how you want to fix this problem, right? Create an impact. Think of people. You want those people to remember you. And keep track of your time. Please divide your time in roles well. Make sure people are working on different parts of the pitch. Whatever you need, business model, your validation, video of your prototype. If you have any doubts about this, you can ask this in the questions, but make sure you keep track of your time. Judging criteria, like Anu went over, this is what your pitch should be about, the problem and its impact on COVID-19. What is the execution and design? Do you have a MVP? Do you have a prototype? How are you going to show this? Is it going to be via video? How is your product? Like, do you have a website? How easy is that website to use? Your design matters. So it's your problem, its impact, your execution and design, and your originality, your feasibility, your business model. So Anu already went over these things. I'm not going to go over these again. Quick reminder, round one presentations, your deadline is 1 p.m. tomorrow. It's going to be a presentation strictly in Google Slides format, 2 minutes video pitch, and your final pitches will be 5 minutes YouTube live. All the best, go forth, be awesome, enjoy this pitch, right? Have fun, do not be worried. It's going to be a video. You have multiple times to try, but make sure you're going to have fun, enjoy this pitch. And we're always there on Discord. Your amazing facilitators are there with you if you have any questions, right? So if there are any questions in the comments, how should the 2 minutes pitch be? A personal speaking video or explanation of the slides? So it's going to be a combination of this, as Anu had shared earlier. It's going to be a 2 minutes video presentation where you are talking. Maybe you could share a prototype, but it's this, right? It's going to be one person pitching live, and you can have a presentation like this. So build a presentation like this, but attached with one person that's going live, sharing a story. And I think those are our similar questions about that. Do we really need a product prototype or product design? It's recommended that you can show at least a minimum viable product that people can look at, people can see. People tend to believe what they actually see and visualize, right? You could talk about something, but if you can show something, a minimum product, that would be much recommended. We'll have Anu join us too here. So Anu's here also to answer some questions. Hello, Anu.
Hello.
Lean canvas draft last time to sub. Can we have the slides? Can we have the slides?
Why
Anu?
not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah,
But I think more than the slides, focus on, like, we can give you these slides, but put your story together, weave it, and then present it. If you look at all of this again, you will really like get confused. But we can share a quick snapshot of the content of the slides if you need on the Discord channel. Arun can also share these slides later on the channel.
you can reach out to us for specific.
And this video is actually live, right? This video is also recorded, so you can watch this video again. That will be the best way to do it.
Sangeeta has a question. Will there be a question round from judges as we pitch our idea live on YouTube? Anu, you want to get that?
No, judges are not gonna ask you questions live.
So no questions, just 5 minutes on YouTube live, just like we're doing right.
Is the top 10 ideas, top 10 projects that will be pitched on YouTube live for 5 minutes. No judging questions. Judges will be watching separately, and they'll announce the winners later on.
All right, I think that's about it.
That's it, and no more questions.
Any more questions about pitches?
But what a great presentation, Arun. Really enjoyed the presentation. And I'm sure participants will find it really helpful and will make best use of it. There's a question from Jiten. Can only talking about idea without any slides would make an impact? It's your choice. See, slides are just a one way to communicate your story. If you can do it, if you can engage them without any slides, that's your choice. Slides is not everything, but for tomorrow's pitch submission, we have made it as part of the compulsion that you must submit that, because judges will have to look at it before that, right? So put something together.
How do we record the 2-minute pitch?
Come on, you can Google this for sure.
Use your phone, use your cameras, everyone has a crazy camera phone right now. So
just take out your phone, record it. That's it?
If you do, ask your team member might have a phone. Or talk to us if you don't have a phone. We'll figure out something for you. But don't worry about shooting it. Yeah.
Ask one of your family member to record it. I'm assuming that you are not living with your team member. So another thing, I think, just as we close up and wrap up the session, we want to wish you best of luck and give your best tomorrow. Really rock it. Would love to see the top 3 ideas and top 10 ideas that will be selected by the judges. And I hope some of these teams really go forward into the top 20 teams that will be selected worldwide and the top 5 teams that will be selected. So very excited.
Yeah. Go ahead, win that $10,000. Make India proud.
Yes.
All right. I think
cool, everyone. Then see you.
Thank you so much.
See you later on Discord. Good night. Stay safe. Stay working. Keep working. Bye.